John, give me something positive. You think that will-
At the beginning, before moving through the rest of the slides, Matt, you did a good job of explaining that you were going to be asking exploratory questions that set up. So basically you were telling him, I'm going to ask you questions and here's why. So there was a why behind it before just machine gunning questions at him and he has no idea what the backstory is to it.
Sandy, give me something good.
You did a pretty good job on that elixir as well, and explaining, you know.
How so?
So I talked about it, how it's gonna help with marketing.
Mila, what do you think you can do improve on?
I feel like you could reframe a lot of like some things. Like you almost said why you shouldn't do some of the processes. Like it does take a really long time. You know, that's a valid point and you can say that, but instead of being like, oh yeah, this sucks, it takes a long time, say, this is something I want to get started soon because
Right.
it does have a longer implementation process just so it doesn't, you want to sound like it's a good thing that it's worth the wait, sort of, you know?
Annie, anything else?
I have more goods than bads, so can I say something good? I thought you did a really good job this time setting a central theme and keeping to it and having good flow, because that was something that you have been working on previous presentations. I felt like you really did a good job of executing that today.
Yeah, I agree. This is one of your better presentations to this point, what you put together. And you notice that you kind of stayed away from the pricing aspect out there, because the last time we got caught up in the last two that we did, we really got hung up on the pricing slides and the comparisons, and it was just like we were kind of lost at that point. And you stayed away from that stuff, and you focused more on the theme of what they're trying to accomplish. So I think it was good. And you also used a nice
Kind of a war story on your experience on how you shipped through SurePost and SmartPost through eBay or whatever it was. You selected it, and your experience, you were able to speak to that. So I thought that was good.
Right, that's a true story too.
Lou, did you have anything that you wanted to add?
I think you're a good storyteller. I mean, I think you use stories constantly. I think it's your thing. And I think that works for you, and I think it helps you build credibility. Many times, I think most of the time, they're off the cuff, right? You're feeling it in the moment and you tell the story. The challenge you face is if you haven't anticipated using the story, you tend to tell it like, hey, listen to this cool story, versus it being concise to just get the point across. So like, there were a lot of stories in there, and sometimes they went on for a while, right? So I lost the theme of it in all the words. But at the same time, I'll tell you that I could stay engaged because you were telling stories. If it was just like, well, I've met with certain customers in certain industries, and as a result, then I fall asleep.
Right.
So I appreciate you not doing that. So your use of stories is very good.
Thanks.
Yeah. All right.
Good. All right, that's it as far as that goes.